That smashed things up, innit?
No, it's all right. We can't keep on doing it because I'm going to run out of beer and get pissed.
All right. Well, I'm Matt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. But it's been quite an interesting year. You've been on the jolly already. See, look, there was me. I only just started drinking, but someone was, started a bit earlier.
Well, I was waiting for you to finish your football, wasn't I?
Well, I couldn't help it. We had extra time, then I had to have a cup of tea.
Bacon sandwich.
No, well, lads to have one of them. They closed the kitchen. We was only allowed a cup of tea by that point. I was a bit disappointed with that, to be honest. Should have Ubered Eats some McDonald's or something.
Should have done. Or pizza or something.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that much, should I?
What?
Well, I've just
pizza?
No, 2 franchises I just put out there.
Ah, well, it's all right. They're not watching.
Well, some of them might. We're quite funny. Quite.
So people say.
Yeah. I heard funny and funny looking, so I just take the biggest compliment and then go with it.
Yeah. So I'm like about 4 beers in now. I've had 2 while I've been waiting for you. So.
You'll be on your back soon, won't you? So yeah, hope you're all doing well. We've had quite a good few weeks. We got back. We played last Friday. That was quite a good game, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
It was. I think I had the best game I played in a while. I've mentioned that I had a few fitness problems, injuries and stuff, but yeah, no, I thought that was. I felt a bit more comfortable that game. It was a bit more positive, and I think I used some of my leadership skills quite well. So I, did see heads start to drop in the second half a little bit. So I gave him a good pat up the arse and then told him to carry on. So yeah.
Definitely the best game I've seen you play in the world.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'd go with that. So yeah, and solid game when you.
Well, started off in goals and like 3 goals in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shoulder.
Shoulder. Yeah, okay, all right. But yeah, no, it was a good game. You came out, you scored as well.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes of the second half.
Yeah. And
lovely pass from Lewis, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I think we have to talk about your overhead kick, which you set it up yourself with a touch up to the air and then overhead kicked it.
To be honest, I miskicked it.
Oh,
but it looked good.
Twice.
Yeah. I thought, like the ball came up, I thought, well, there's no one around. I thought, I'll try it. And I saw Lewis do it in the first half. I thought, touche, I can do this.
It's quite funny when Lewis done it because at work, he's 21 years old. At work, he complains about his back all the time. He turns up to football and he tries overhead kicks. And you'd see in the clip after he'd done it, I'd go out to him and say, if you complain about a bad back at work, then we're having it out. Because it was quite. He had a good motion with it. The technique was really good. It was just a little bit wide and high. But yeah, no, it's it.
What about Lewis?
I mean, we'll talk about yours.
About
yours, yeah. You sort of up. You was coming towards your back. You tapped the ball up with your left foot, and then you just slung a right foot out straight after, and it was a good goal. It was a great.
It was only inches wide.
It was, yeah.
I went back afterwards.
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean,
I landed on my back with a mighty thud. I mean, what am I doing? I'm 38 years of age now. What am I doing?
So yeah, I thought it was a blinding game and a great effort from you. And I think.
Yeah, a nice little goal as well.
I did. I went in with a positive mind on that Friday. I finished work about 20 minutes early, so I had a little bit more of a rest. I got there in good time, so I had a good warm up, and I started the game well. I picked up an assist very quickly, and then from there I just built up on it and just kept my head up and just kept going. I'd done the thing that I tell the lads to do all game, every game, when I'm coaching, is keep your head up, keep positive, just keep moving forward. And yeah, I think
you had your indirect free kick. Oh, tipped over the bar.
Do you know what? I was actually crossing that.
Really?
I was, yeah.
No, that was coming straight for me.
No, well, I saw the run from Canoe, I believe it was. He made a really good run, sort of diagonal from wide and in. And as I saw him start to make that run, I was just wanted to try and lob it over. It had a little bit on it, but then yeah, you made a great save with it because it was going on target. But it's one of them games where sometimes you have them, it just fits. But it's been good. But football's been great lately.
Yeah.
It has. I mean, Arsenal are taking each game as they come, which is the right mentalities to do. Um, we had that result against Man United, which I spoke about before, where we probably should have done a bit better. It's not always an easy place to go to, Old Trafford, but it was a sticky one. We had the international break. I went to the England Germany game. I got very pissed, very pissed. But yeah, I nearly got lost on the way home as well. So less about that one, the better. Or I might save some of that for a
We'll talk
bit
about
later.
that soon.
So we'll talk about that a bit later.
Lovely story, that one. I enjoyed that story.
And then, Arsenal played Spurs. I went to the pub for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it was such a good one. I had a couple of Spurs fans sitting just behind me as well. And they were like, "Oh, go on, Harry. Go on, Harry. Lord Harry. Oh," like that. And then we battered them. Yeah, well. And then we had a really good result against a struggling Liverpool side. I will say they're struggling. They're nowhere near what they have been the last few years. I do want to say there's got to be something wrong with Klopp and his jaw. I think there's far too many Class A's he's doing because that jaw swings side to side.
Okay, let's say that. We might get struck off for that.
I mean, I might be done for slander by the end of this, but I'm going full hell with it.
He moan, doesn't
He
he?
does.
After the game, he moans. Said, well, we didn't play too well because the ball was too round, the pitch, too clean.
I mean,
the players, they don't get enough break during the match up.
The collection for me of Klopp's moaning was there was one time after an international, and he had the early kickoff on a Saturday, so the 12:30 kickoff. He moaned about that. We always get this time. Why do we get this time? It's too soon for our players. Well, someone's got to play that kickoff. And what if the other teams, the opposition had international players that had been on international duty. So he's had that one. He had one where he said the wind was blowing the wrong way. I mean,
that's what wind does, isn't it?
Yeah, it blows one way. He had one where he turned around and said the grass was too dry. I believe he came out with a glass. The grass was too wet, where he needs to make up his bloody mind. And then he came out after the game saying about the penalty appeals and things like that. I'd admit the penalty he got was a bit soft. The penalty appeal that they had, I've seen them give them, but I've seen them not give them because it is not always cleared that well, and referees have a tough job as it goes. Basically I think it was Diego Jota had kicked the ball from about half a yard. It hits Gabriel's chest. Gabriel's arm is slightly out, but he is running. Now, if anyone's ever run, if you tried running with your arms directly inside your body, you can't, can you? They're going to come out slightly. And it hits his arm.
Not as bad as Friday foot with Mark, though, is it?
Handball!
Oh, no, didn't touch me, handball!
But, and you see where there's a lot of grey areas, boys and girls. And I can kind of get it why they were a bit disappointed, but by the end of the day, I just sit there and say, cry me a river. The amount of times you've had decisions go your way, it's about time things go the other way. It swings and roundabouts in football, isn't it?
What do they want to do? Do they want special treatment?
I think so.
Listen, what game would you like to play? You get us.
What time would you want?
We're playing indoors if you like. There's no wind. We close the windows. Do you want a special ball? On a string?
And I don't know whether you heard this, but Didier Hamann, or Hammond, he used to play for Liverpool. He was a Champions League winner with Liverpool. And he came out and said, Liverpool need to find their spirit. Now, a reporter had said that to Jurgen Klopp in a press conference before their Champions League game against Rangers. And Klopp had this hissy fit and said, well, he's a reliable source and all this lot. And it's like, come on, just because he's not actively involved with the club doesn't mean that he shouldn't have some sort of an opinion. And quite frankly, as an outsider looking in, Liverpool look dreadful.
It doesn't allow anyone to have an opinion.
And no one's allowed an opinion. And I think after the last probably year, 18 months, I will say that Jurgen Klopp has turned into one of them whingy managers. He used to be entertaining. He was quite funny. He had good banter with the press. He had good banter with the fans, and he was good with his players. I think he overprotects some of his players, and I won't name no names, but he sometimes plays right back and shouldn't play right back because he's not a very good right back. He can deliver a ball very well, and he's good at set pieces. But the fact he can't defend to save his life is a worry. And he's coming out saying, "Oh, he's a brilliant right back."
Well, you know, he's great. He's
Yeah.
marvelous. You know,
If you, yeah, his jaw does that.
Good guy. Okay, well.
But he just keeps on. He tries to defend his players, and okay, you get that where to a certain extent, but at some point, you've got to take responsibility and then say that you're not playing up to standard. And they brought on Joe Gomez because Trent got injured in the first half. And in my opinion, and yes, Jurgen Klopp, I'm going to allow my opinion to start up. Liverpool looked a little bit more solid because they had someone that was defensive minded. Okay, they didn't have that presence going forward. That helped us. But
It only helped you, didn't it?
yeah,
Didn't help poor old Klopp.
they didn't help Klopp, and he needs a lot of help. But so there, that's my whinge about Klopp and Liverpool. Apart from that, you're still 10th place. You got 10 points. You're not doing that well.
Just don't get him started on the Spurs. Do not. Oh, sorry, the Spuds. Don't get him started. Talking about it, but Harry Kane, didn't he? He done a bedtime story.
He did. He done really well.
CBBS, wasn't it?
Yeah, he done really well reading that book. He coloured it in later.
What was it? A is for apple. B is for back. C is for cat. He was very good.
Yeah, I know he got A star.
Yeah, the crayons afterwards. So.
Yeah. But the less about him.
I hope you don't watch.
He might do. I have to give him a kick up the bum. He's got a World Cup to prepare for. But as I've said, the Arsenal this season they've started off really well. There's momentum there. I don't say that Arsenal will win the league. I don't think we have enough resources. And Man City are an unbelievable side. And Haaland is an absolute beast. And
it's amazing.
And he's quite a nice guy, isn't he? You shared a video of him where everyone was giving their jackets to the kit man.
So bibs, weren't they? Just chucking their bibs.
Was it the bibs? I thought it was the jackets.
Yeah, they're just chucking them.
And yeah, you see all these players, big players that obviously look at it as though they're big time, and they're throwing them at him. Haaland walks up to him, hands it to him. So I think that's that respect you've got.
So you don't matter whether you're the kit man, the director,
a team,
player, or the coach.
Yeah,
you all play part of the team.
A team is a team, and it's what we got at Binfield, from the first team to the club secretary to all the volunteers, the coaches, the referees, the parents, and the players. Everyone, you're a team. You win as a team, you lose as a team. You pick each other up, and you carry them along, and you do everything to build. I suppose it's a bit different at this level because it's a local community, so you build a community club.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the big league, it's a little bit different, but you kind of still want to have that same standards installed where there's a class about it, where everyone does their shift, everyone helps out. I kind of like the idea of, you remember back in the day where youth team players, they were on apprenticeship and a traineeship. So they used to clean the boots, clean the changing rooms and things like that. I think that was a good way because that set a standard for them to go, look, you haven't quite made it. You've you've got work to do. But and you build in them sort of them morals into them that they don't have
Send
that
them off
now.
to war, national service.
I mean,
That's what the kids
that's a
nowadays.
bit steady. We won't talk.
Send them off to national service.
We won't talk about
That's what the
war on
kids
this
out.
one. I mean, politics at the moment's gone a bit. At the moment, isn't it?
Oh, we're so trusty knickers on the corner, isn't it?
I mean, does anyone here think that we're better off with her than what we were with Boris? He's escaped and he's ran for the world. Bless him.
Get your Byron, get your chapel. Don't drink wine.
It's quite odd. I don't think she's strong enough candidate for the job. If I'm honest with you,
In a nutshell, as a country,
she's shit.
we are fucked.
Yeah. But I kind of like. There was one of the chancellors that got the sack. Jeremy Hunt's going to replace him. Now, this is not.
We all know what Hunt's got me wrong.
Yeah,
Stank for, don't
exactly. And there's no way that man fills me with any confidence that has a name that rhymes with that. Like, honest to God.
You must all get James Blunt in.
Yeah, I think he'd do a better job, to be honest. At least he can sing to you when shit hits the fan.
Country, it's like we said, everything's going up. Everything's this whole mortgage thing now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't understand it. I mean, I don't have a mortgage.
No,
but I don't understand it.
No,
but apparently it's going up to 7%. By next month's going up 10%. I was like, well, just sell your bloody house. Sell your house and private rent. It's probably cheap, isn't it?
Do you know what? There's some elements. I heard someone say, if you've got a mortgage, you're fixed to something. If you're renting, you're only fixed for a year. So you've got that sort of bit of freedom where if shit hits the fan, hopefully you've got a backup option, whether it is stay with friends, family members or something like that for a little while before you find your feet again. If you've got a mortgage and you can't quite pay your expenses or you can't quite afford your repayments, there's a chance that, okay, you may have that chance where you've got friends and family that you can look at, but you could end up having a big debt that's not needed. And a big debt like that is, they say that it can be quite you can be quite restricted from things like that.
But in this day and age, how do you afford a mortgage?
I think the mortgage,
because the cost of living's gone up.
The mortgage probably isn't much different to what you're paying at sort of like private renting.
When I looked,
similar price.
When I looked, it's like, no, computer says no.
It's the down payment of a deposit, which is the problem. That people
do you have any savings? No.
£3.50 in the drawer somewhere, but I lost it.
I live hand to mouth.
Yeah. I'll check underneath my safe to see what coinage I've got.
All these companies, I'll say companies, but all these people are going on strike, aren't they? You've got the rail service.
Don't talk to me about the postal service.
Postal people, NHS are going on strikes, and teachers are going on bloody strike.
See, the NHS, I understand their reasoning, and I fully back them. They should get what they deserve because of the work they do. But it gives a wrong message because politicians don't get affected by that, do they?
Exactly, it's taken from the poor, giving to the rich.
Exactly, and it's the people that then suffer that need to go to the hospital appointments, need to go to a doctor's appointment, need X-rays, need this, need that. They then get put behind that bit more. Then the NHS are have issues because they've got a backlog.
Yeah.
Now they have a backlog anyway, but it's an extra backlog that really don't need. So me, NHS they need to get what they deserve.
So they've been promised like pay rises for years.
Yeah.
Even though bullshit Boris.
Well,
pay rise.
Go in, but don't go out. Stay in.
Even promised them a pay rise. They got it. No, I mean, it is they deserve. Like
Yeah.
They do deserve the money, but then you've got, you know, if a company like rail service, yeah, you might need some more money, but I need more money.
Yeah.
You need more money.
Yeah, it'd be
We
nice.
can't afford to live.
Yeah.
Do we go on strike?
No, because I won't have a job when I go back the next day.
So you want to go on strike, do you?
Yeah.
Off you go.
I remember joking about at my last company. I walked in with one of the drivers. I said, I've had a thought. I said, we're all going to go on strike. And my boss looked at me. He went, all right, go on then. And I went, well, that backfired. I was like, actually, I might stay here the day then.
Please don't. We need you.
No. My boss, Matt, back then, he was great because he just he went, crack on.
It's backfired for the Royal
You
Mail.
won't get paid.
It's all backfired for Royal Mail now.
It has, and now there's a massive backlog and no one's got their packages.
Because they're saying now they're going to get rid of, what, 6,000 jobs they're going to get rid of now. Because obviously when they've been on strikes, it's like, well, fine, you want to take Monday and Tuesday off, we'll just do the postal service Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Have you seen the depot in Bracknell?
I walk past it every morning when I go to
Right.
work.
Now listen to this. I had a parcel delivered. This was probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago. They couldn't deliver it because I was at work. So they took it to the local depot, which is out by both our works.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and they're open till 5:30, 6 o'clock.
That's right, yeah.
6 o'clock. I finished work at 5:30. I was like, I'll just quickly nip there, grab it. That's what their times used to be. I went there, and when I got there, they had this notice up, we're closed. New times. Saturdays, they're open. I think it's 8 till 10 o'clock. Same as Mondays, 8 till 10 o'clock. 2 hours.
No way.
Yeah, I started work at 8. I finished at 5:30. I think it's Tuesday to Friday, 8 till 2 p.m. Again, I work, or I did work, my times have changed now, 8 till 5:30.
Yeah.
So I had to go in my lunch break.
So you take time out of your day.
I mean, I would have had to take time out of my day, but I take my time out of my hour lunch break where I would be sitting and relaxing, getting ready for the afternoon to put in a shift.
When they've only done half a shift.
Yeah.
So you've got postman Pat and postman Patricia.
And they're on more,
having a cup of tea.
And they're on more money. They're laughing in the back office going, look at this idiot trying to get his parcel. Ha ha ha, dick.
They're more money than me as well.
Yeah.
They want extra.
Fucking job's worth, I'm telling you.
We're lucky if we get a donut on a Friday.
Maggie Thatcher wouldn't have had this.
Oh, fuck. It would have been bloody worse.
There was none of that.
No, it would have been bloody worse.
There was none of that. Stop working at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What do they do for the rest of the day?
She would have made us work 7 days a bloody week if it was up to her.
Do you know what I'm going to do? Next time I've got a day off, at 2:30, I'm going to go to the Prince of Wales pub. And I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to get them posties, go back to work and do their bloody job.
You sound very like Michael Caine then. Go do your bloody
Go
job.
do your bloody job.
Don't throw those bloody
no, easy now, flower. So we're supporting these lovely beer classes, right? The Bracknell Festival. But I have just noticed you can put your snacks in there.
That's meant
I'll get that later.
you'll be fishing out nuts the rest of the week.
So you ain't got to go. We don't have to use the bowls anymore. And that's my stupidity for the day as well. So yeah,
That work.
Well, you can't get pork scratchings in there. Sounds like pig with fleas, doesn't it?
Sounds like disease.
Yeah.
Pub disease.
Pub disease. So yeah, so apart from everything like that, everything's going well.
Yeah.
I mean, work's all right. It's still there.
Yeah, ain't burned down yet.
No, don't say that. My company that I work for now, we did once.
That was an insurance job.
It won't.
No, come on, they left all the trucks outside conveniently.
No, what it was, we have a room that has a lot of all the electrical units set up. Now, a lot of electrical units, it builds up a lot of heat, doesn't it? So they have to have all the fans fitted to them. You know, similar to your computers, your Xbox or PlayStation, all them. They have a fan fitted in there. So if it ever overheats, fan kicks in, cools it down. Oh, yeah, fucking clever, isn't it?
Oh.
Some engineer, and I will say this, an engineer that did once go to university, turned off them fans because they made too much noise.
So what happened?
Yeah. And then there was a big fire. Like the building pretty much fell down. The building had to be rebuilt properly.
You did, yeah.
Yeah. So
I've seen that.
I mean, I've seen the YouTube video of it afterwards. I wasn't there at the
It's
time.
about 4 or 5 years back, wasn't it?
A little bit like, I think it was 2014, something like that. But yeah, so don't turn your fans off, by the way. But yeah, so it is good. I do like my job. I do like it. It's a lot of fun. We have a good laugh. You walked past the other day. We was playing football by the smoking shed.
People say, what past you doing fucking nothing.
But yeah, we do
Another
work.
break.
We do work. It's just that we get our work done very quickly in the week, so all you lovely people can watch football on the TV. See?
We've got extra work to do. You complain and you moan. There's so much work to do. Perhaps you didn't play football. You could have got it done.
We got it done.
No.
See, we use 9 times out of 10, football tracks are done by Wednesday, apart from the odd one that might have done a midweek game and come back and need recheck over. So yeah, it's brilliant, and we get the odd job. So at the moment we're doing BGT, which is Britain's Got Talent. Michael McIntyre's new show. I can't wait.
Like him.
I can't wait to not watch that.
I can't
We done Young Musicians as well. That was quite good.
Cool.
It's meant to be quite good, yeah. Been told it's a very good show. So there's gonna be Love Island, the new one, which is in South Africa, winter version.
Perhaps you could.
No, I don't
Get
do.
on that.
I don't do the reality ones. No, that's not my bag. I do the horse racing. So I'm in charge of the truck that goes to horse racing now.
Oh.
So we've been at Ascot this week. This weekend there's one of the championships.
So why the long face?
Boom, boom. So yeah, but no, it's been absolutely brilliant. Now I know I mentioned that I went to the England-Germany game, and there is quite a funny story because as my mate tried telling me that we went with. He went, we didn't drink that much. I was like, well, we kind of did. So I finished work at like 12. I went and picked up the lads that we went with, come back here, couple of beers, got on the train, a few more beers. We get to Waterloo, went into a nice pub just outside Waterloo Station. We've been in there before, the Duke of Wellington. It's a really nice pub. If you're ever in that area or neck of woods, visit it. It's a good one. I had a few more beers in there. So we get the tube to Wembley. As you do. We walked down Wembley Way, soaking in the atmosphere. We found a pub. We've seen the stalls. Apparently, I bought a scarf.
Not one of those half and half.
Yeah, I don't like them either. I don't know why I bought it. I don't actually remember buying it, but I know I bought it. It's some transaction on the banking app. Went and found a bar that we can go into. Now, I kind of get it. They don't want people fully on the jolly up when they go to football because there's a lot of problems that can happen with booze and football. If you're a football fan like me, there's never a problem. I go there, have fun.
You're not a hooligan.
I'm not a hooligan.
Not a hooligan.
So we're queuing up to get into this bar. Security guard turned around. We said, "Oh, just want to have a drink," and he said, "No, you can't come in if you're having a drink." It was like, "Oh, come on, we've already eaten as well." He went, "You got to eat." I was like, "We've already eaten." He went, "You got to eat to come in. I was like, is there anywhere else we can go? And they went, not really. I went, well, what up there? He said, don't go there. He goes, up there's all the Germany fans that have gone there. Because they try to still keep you away as such. You can't fully do it, but they try to. And the barman or the manager came up to us and said, he goes, you want to come in? We was like, yeah. He went, you really need to eat to come in. We were told, but
Buy a bag of crisps.
He
Three
came
by
out,
side and a bag of
to
crisps.
be fair, he came out with the greatest idea. He said, I used to have a portion of chips, lads. He goes, got a table there for 4. He said, and then you can drink. Was that clever idea? He was a good man. So we went in there, a few more drinks and all that lot. By this point, I'm a little bit wavy. Then we go into the ground. I don't remember going into the ground. Do not remember a bit of it. I do not remember much of the first half. That's a bit of a blur. Half time, I went, right, I need to go and go for a Jimmy. So I've gone for a Jimmy. I was like, I could do with another pint. I've got 10 minutes. So I've gone to look for the bar. My mate's come walking out and he went, yeah, what are you up to? I said, do you want to get a hot dog and a pint? He went, yeah. And you know where they usually have the food and drink stalls?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
so we've gone up to one of them. We've queued up. I've got to the front. And I realised it's not a food or drink stall. It's the merchandise one. Football shirts.
So you thought you'd buy a half and half scarf?
No, I've already bought the half and half scarf. That was before the game. I bought myself, do you remember the England 1990 World Cup shirt? That really nice white one.
Yeah.
We had the red one as well. Same design, the red one. The third shirt was that light blue one that England, I think, wore once or twice in a game. I think it's score draw, done a mash-up of it. So it's white and it's red. I bought one of them. I don't actually like the shirt. I bought one of them just because I could. I shouldn't, but I did. I then, on top of my England shirt that I'm wearing and my Binfield jacket that I was wearing, I then put that over that to wear that and sat there for the second half. Started to
like a 20-stone griller.
Yeah, started to sober up as well because I hadn't had a beer for about near an hour or so. And watched the second half, enjoyed the second half. That was quite good. You know, we started to go, we come back from 2-0 down. We went 3-2 and then Germany equalised. Then we're walking out. Now, bearing in mind, we got me, Dean, Ellie and her boyfriend, Jordan, Owen and Dan with us. Ellie and her boyfriend have gone off. They drove. We're walking out the ground. Owen and Jordan have probably had far too many beers. And we said, right, we'll walk off. We try and go to Wembley Way. If we can't go to Wembley Way, we'll walk to Wembley Central. Owen and Jordan take this okey cokey trail somewhere. Like literally just walk off and we're like, right, this ain't good. We end up following Dan, went to Wembley Central. Then we had to get a train from there to somewhere, then somewhere to somewhere else, then go to Richmond.
What in Marylebone?
May have been, I don't actually know. We
Marylebone.
got to Richmond and I'm like, I now need a pee again. 38, I've a few beers in me and not all of it left me at half time. So I've gone up to like the man and I was like, I said, oh, where's the toilets? He went, they're not open. I went, we got like 15 minutes before the train and I went, I really need a wait. He went, there's McDonald's outside. I was like, oh, is it open? Now it's getting near to midnight. And I'm like,
you not slipping a $5 or something?
I would have if I had a $5. I think carry cash now.
For the charity of your choice.
Yeah, the charity of my choice. And I walked outside. I'd gone out and I went, right, run to McDonald's. I run to McDonald's and they just closed the doors and I'm like that. Help! Oh no. Then was that right? We'll go back to the station. I try and butter up the fellow. Look, can you look? I won't be long. Be in now before you know it. You ain't got to tell anyone either. Like, just let me have a little Jimmy and I'll go. he won't have it. So I waited on the platform at Richmond for the train, and if anyone gets the video footage, you've seen a lot of dance moves because it's the only way that I can comprehend that I need a wee, and without peeing myself, I've got to then start moving.
That's the thing.
So there's me all bouncing like that, and I'm dancing and shaking. Lucky enough, that train turned up, and I was like, oh, I need to jump into the toilets were working, which it was a saviour of my life because if not, it was literally from there to here, and I would have pissed myself. It wouldn't have been a good look.
That's the thing. You had that during one England game. Imagine what the people of Qatar in the World Cup. I mean, it's like £26 for a pot of lager or something, isn't it?
Something stupid like that. They're going to allow drinking. Have you? I don't know if you heard. There's going to be sections that if people are too drunk, they're going to take them to. I don't know. What's this like a naughty room or something? Go sit by the naughty steps. See what you done. I get a little bit excited.
You got 2 beers.
You behave yourself. Sit there. Like
my name's Dave. I've had too many beers.
I get a bit excited when I've had a beer. Like, a little bit loud. Way.
Yeah, there's going to be weird. Was it good World Cup sort of during football season?
I mean, it's going to be very unorthodox, but
no beer. Apparently they don't like the gays, neither do they? As I've heard the
no,
radio the week.
Which is fair enough. I like what they've said. The captain's armband will be like a pride badge type thing. I have no problem with it. I mean, I think promote it as much as you can. I think there could have been other areas we could attach. They could have had like the no racism and stuff like that. I think that should be pushed on it. I don't want to sound too much like fish on these podcasts, but
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem at all with that. You know,
I mean,
gay, lesbian, whatever.
No.
You know, but I think there's a time and a place. I mean, the armbands it's more of a kind of rather than it's more of a statement.
Yeah.
I think the World Cup is probably the wrong time to make that statement. Throughout the year, you can make that statement throughout the whole year. You know?
I think the weird thing is we try to make so many different statements throughout the year, and I mean, I respect everyone's culture. In Qatar, if that's not what they accept, then that's what they accept.
Exactly.
I think if you know, us and other countries go out there and say, well, maybe we shouldn't be so narrow-minded. It may be a saying where they may go in 5 years' time, Charlotte, they've made a point. Maybe we should just let people be people.
Why do we need to go to the World Cup
and
make a statement?
Yeah.
We have years and years and every single day to make that statement, stand up for these people. Why use the World Cup to stand up for these people?
Using it as a platform, though, isn't it?
Exactly that.
It's using it as a platform. No, I've got no problem with it.
It's Harry Kane again, isn't it?
It's Harry Kane. At least he gets to colour it in.
Colour it in. Bobo.
Sorry, Harry. You better do well this World Cup. I don't like him anymore.
I have little theft.
Yeah, but you are Scotty.
I'm going to dig up my Scottish top again.
You will upset Gunning again.
I don't care. He loves me.
He won't invite you to another curry.
I could turn it of an Arsenal's top. He'll still love me.
We can make that happen. So yeah, this is definitely It's definitely going to be odd. It's going to be weird having a World Cup in the winter. Like everyone's used to it, especially if you're UK. Is you watch the World Cup, glorious sunshine, hopefully, pub gardens. You get the really good kickoffs. It's going to be a little bit different, but it is what it is. It's going to happen, whether you moan about it or not. Get on with it. Get this World Cup out of the way, and then finish the season.
Before we go, do you reckon Gareth Southgate should or stay?
Not before the World Cup, no.
No.
No, it disrupts things. It really does. I don't agree with everything he's done. I don't agree with having players that are not playing. It's one thing to have players that are not in form, But to have players that are not playing regularly, I think that's a tough call. I can sometimes understand why he picked some of these players because you do pick players of reliability. Some players have never let him or England down.
Yeah.
So I can kind of get that. And I know where we're talking about the likes of Harry Maguire.
Slabhead.
Yeah, Luke Shaw. People moan saying Trent should be going. I have no problem with Trent going. What I have a problem with is he worries me if he plays at right back. There's going to be injury. There could be injury problems because Kyle Walker could well be out. Reece James could be out. So we're left with a pool of Kieran Trippier, Trent, or Ben White. Ben White hasn't been favoured for England for a little while. He's played really well. And as an Arsenal fan, I'd say he's been one of our top performers. But I don't know with that. I think your midfield, that kind of picks itself. I think it's Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham. Calvin Phillips should definitely go, but I don't think he starts games because he doesn't play for Man City that often. Obviously, at Leeds, we know what a player he was. There's that, but there's that big
Yorkshire Pilo.
There's that, and there's that big call. When a big club comes in for you, it's hard to turn that down. And I do believe that he won't be like this forever for him. I think he will start games regularly within the next couple of seasons. It's just a shame he's got to go through the first season where he integrates into the squad a bit more.
Exactly.
And then your front line, I think the front line can be quite. I'm a big fan of James Maddison.
Yeah.
I think he is a very good top performer. I have no issues with Mason Mount. I think for Chelsea, he does fantastic. Last season was Chelsea's top goal scorer. Saka gets in all day long. Sterling, he's doing okay at Chelsea. He's not setting the world alight, but for England again,
sterling effort.
Yeah, for England, he's never put a foot wrong. Harry Kane's always going to be your number one striker at the moment. Pains me. It pains me who he plays for. Know what you lot from Middlesex. They talk a lot, man. Yeah. They open their mouths a lot. I've done nothing. My cupboard's got more cups than what fucking Tottenham has.
Now upset comes and gone.
No. But yeah, so Sterling, Kane, Saka, Foden. Foden's had an unbelievable start to the season. And it is, yeah. So I think then for you're looking at as your top performers, and you do really hope that a Saka and a Sterling has a good tournament after the final of the last one, because the abuse that the Rashford, Saka, and Sancho got was absolutely outrageous.
Which was absolutely disrespectful.
Yeah, yeah. So
going there, if it had been, because it was someone of colour, that missed the penalty,
they got wrongfully abused.
If it was anybody else, would it have mattered?
Gareth Southgate got the piss taken out of him after his penalty miss in '96.
Yeah, but that was shocking.
It was shocking, yeah. He got an advert out of it. The young lads that missed the penalties in the Euros last year, they got abused and racially abused, which was wrong. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm fully agree, and I do hope that they have a good tournament. Would you take Sancho?
Dunno.
His form's picked up a bit at United. He has picked up, but I don't think he's anything near a player he was like at Dortmund. You don't know. Oh.
I'll sit on the fence for that one.
Yeah. You got your Scotland hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take McCoist, McAllister, Strachan.
Douglas?
He was good, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the recent thing, but the legends are quite good.
All I know from Scotland is they got really good 2 left backs.
Mac something.
Kieran Tierney and Roberts, but
I only went
Robertson.
out Scotland top is the mind you and Connie up.
Well, it didn't wind me up, it just put this out. It wound Gonning up. But it don't take much to trigger him. But no, I just think it could be I think quarterfinals is a good tournament for us on this one.
Quarters. Yeah, I reckon quarters.
Yeah. And I think that's where we'll be about. I think we get through the group stage.
Yeah,
But there's
this time around, none of this is coming home. It's not coming home.
we're always
You're going home.
We're always sing that.
It's not coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. It's every year. It's coming home. It's not you're just going to go home.
I'll be honest. Last year I thought it was.
No.
Yeah, we it was
We're
very
still
unlucky.
with doubt.
Very unlucky. But as you said about Southgate, I think the World Cup's probably his last. It's 3 tournaments he's had. He's had tricky periods throughout and as well.
But you get Klopp in charge.
No, I'm all right. The wind might change. The grass might not be green enough.
I don't like the 2 lions. I think the 2 wild.
He only sees 2 because the amount of lines he does.
On that note,
I'll behave myself now. Right. Well, as you said, on that note, have a good weekend.
Giraffe for now.
I'll get me snack now. And we will see you very soon. Have a good one.